Hola amigos, hola amigas, Torin here from Hooverlux. Welcome, Croesawi, Assalamu alaikum, welcome to my channel. So we are on the third of the Kirby vacuums, which is the G3. This is the one which first came with the new tech drive. And a completely different shape to it, completely different design. Basically keeping the same kind of sort of like design of it, but completely changing the way that they looked and the way they were. So I picked this up for a song last week, and it was in okay condition, but it was manky. So I've laundered the bag, which smells really nice, but unfortunately the labelling, the wording on there has come off. So well, I could have washed it by hand, but I wouldn't have got it as good as what I wanted it to, because it was really filthy. It really did need to be laundered properly. So I've got the mini M. So I like the colour of this one. I quite like the cream colour, and I've given everything a good old clean. So what I need to do is to assemble it. So assembling these are, they're not difficult, but they can be a bit tricky. So first of all, I'm going to put the tube through, and what you have to do is, so you'll see, is getting this bag over the boot. Okay, that's not too bad. It's like trying to get socks on an old granny. Anyway, so I've put that over. I don't know, what am I doing wrong? What's occurring? Hang on a sec. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. That's what I'm doing wrong. It should be like that. Right. Try again. Get on there, you bugger. This is not an easy job. It's not a difficult job, it's just an awkward job. Oh, you little shit. Get on there. There we go. There we go. Oof, almost. Try and feck later on. Okay, we get in there, we get in there. Where's my little screwdriver? think I'm going to pause this. This is going to be a very boring video, so I'm going to pause it until I get this on. Right, after a bit of a feckle, I've managed to get it on and get that on as well. The support loop. Bloody, I'll tell you what, it's not going to be a long time before this needs washing again and dismantling. Okay, so I'm just going to twist this around a bit. There we go, to get it into shape. Let's get a bag. Actually, I don't have a bag for this, so I'm going to have to get one out of there. Going out to the cupboards. One of my Kirby Micro Magic HEPA filter bags. There we go. Put that inside. Zip it up. And put on the boot, the mini M-tool, or the M-tool. Okay, I'm just going to plug it in. It's got like a plum coloured cord to it. It's quite nice. Yeah, that sounds really good. Smells nice as well. Because the bag's all clean and everything, I'm going to pop one of my disc air fresheners. Oh, that smells nice. Inside it. There we go, that's really good. So the bag, like I said, has been done. Let me tighten this up. So let me unplug it again. Now I'm going to take the bag off. So I'm going to undo the empty, unclip the bag from the handle, and again put this to one side. My left foot is finished. So, I've only partially taken apart one of the G series before, which was my G, I can see it there, I've got my G4, to put on the polishing wheel. I've done other videos on that, you can see. So it was kind of like before I knew a lot more about them. So I kind of know a little bit more. I mean, it was learning about how to do the heritage ones, so I got this one to take apart. It is quite different because obviously it's got the tech drive and everything on it, so I haven't extensively taken one apart before. Anyway, so I just watched today Roger from My Basic. He bought his first Kirby, and I loved watching his video because it was hilarious, because it was the first time he'd owned one, it was the first time he'd operated one, and I was in exactly the same boat as him back in December when I bought my Heritage 2. So I didn't know how to use them. I had to watch other videos and everything. But it was quite funny when he was talking about the polishing, because when I got my Heritage 2, I was like, oh, that's all it needs is a bit of Brasso, you know, the Brasso for aluminium, it'll be fine. And it isn't the case. The aluminium on it is, it really needs to be properly machine polished to get that shine and finish there. I'm just really pernickety. I really wanted to make it ping with being shiny, and I found that really funny because you don't have to spend a fortune on the polishing wheel and all the bits that I've bought. They weren't expensive, but if you want that, if you're as how can I say, as fussy and as a perfectionist as I am, I really wanted to bring them back up to the best shine. So that seemed to be the only way, is to use the machine polisher. And they come up looking amazing. So I really did enjoy Roger's videos. I mean, it's watching Roger for my basic. He's the one that sort of like got me into collecting them and doing restoring on them. He was the first one that I kind of like watched and got me back into it, or, you know, got me into extensively restoring them. So, you know, it's thanks to him that I do these videos, because of watching his videos and his reviews on the vacuums, especially the old ones. They're my favourites. So, you know, my videos and everything had a bit of a homage to iBasic, because I wouldn't even have thought of doing these. So, you know, thanks, Roger, because, you know, you gave me the you know, the know-how and the confidence to do this. So what was I saying? So yeah, so this is the one I'm going to be working on now. So it is a bit dirty. It hasn't really been looked after. It's going to need a new belt. It's going to need a lot of TLC. So I'm going to be stripping this now and taking it apart step by step. There's a video on YouTube. It's an American guy. It's a bit of a southern accent, and he shows how to strip a centria down to the bare bones, and also he's got another video on how to put it back together. And even though the centria is different, the internal parts of it are pretty much the same. The external parts for the centrias did change, but pretty much, you know, pretty much the same on the inside. So I'm going to see how far I can go down with stripping this apart and cleaning it. So, without boring you anymore with my jabbering, let's get on with the video. Okay, so I got a little box here that I bought. I think it was from the pound shop. So I can put the screws in for this in these areas, so I know what they are, so I can use this video as a reference to come back to. So I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to put all my screws in here, because this is a bit more complicated with the T-screws and the Phillips screws, so I'm going to need something a bit more organised than using this. I was thinking of using a piece of card, like, I can't remember his name, Beckel? He does that. When he was stripping down one of the Dysons down to the bare bones, and he was pushing the screws through. So I'm going to try this, see how it goes, and if I find it's rubbish, then I'll have to go back. You know, I'll try the card thing, but I'll give this a go first. Right, so stripping this baby down, let's undo the belt. Let's remove the brush roll. It's in really good condition, the brush roll. Really, really clean. So first of all, I'm going to undo the rug plate. Take the rug plate off. Loosen off the belt. Pull out the brush roll. That's the brush roll and belt. I'm going to chuck the belt because I'm going to put a new belt on it. So the next thing I'm going to do is take off the bumper, which just pulls off. Unlike the Heritage ones, which are bolted on, this one just comes off, so I can wash it properly. So let me get a little bucket for the parts I'm going to wash. Right, let me pop this straight in the bucket. Let me just give this a quick vacuum out. these parts, because they are absolutely filthy, I am going to wash them before I polish them, because they desperately do need a proper wash in soapy water. So I'm going to wash these parts, including this rug plate. Next, I'm going to take off the handle. So I'm going to undo the cable, take the cable off the cable hook, pull it off, undo that, and I'm going to release the handle. There we go. So here we have the handle. Now I'm going to undo this all of this. I'm going to wash. Remove that. Now this is different to the other one because this has got the bottom hook fixed onto the plastic plate. I'm going to undo the top cord hook. And that also holds on the handle as well, which I'm going to wash because that's pretty manky, so I'm going to wash that as well. This doesn't need washing, but I am going to take that sticker off and that'll just go straight for polishing. Now this has got a screw on it, so I'm going to pop that in the first one. Next, at the back of this, I'm going to take off the screw which holds on the wire, the cord. And what it looks like here is, at some point, there's a cover over this for the cable, but the cover's missing. So I'm going to take the cord off and I'm going to clean the cord. It's a really nice. They definitely improved on the cords. They're kind of like ribbed, but they're very soft and flexible. There's no damage to it, and it's quite a nice. It's a plum colour, so it's got quite a nice colour on it. And of course, it's got a fixed plug on as well, a moulded plug. So the cable on that is very good. So now we're left with the vacuum itself. Now, from what I remember, this is a bit more complicated to be taken apart. First of all, let me remove this front wheel mechanism. There's two screws holding that on. And two little metal hooks. That should just come off with the foot pedal and the spring. I'm going to take the spring out. Ooh, a little spider ran out of that. And I'm going to give these a clean because these are really filthy. Let me just get the vacuum on the side of that. So next we got these two screws at the top holding that on. These are flat fronted, kind of short. Then around the back, so what I have to do is take off this screw by the tech drive. and then this will come off. So you just put a screwdriver in there and lift it up. This little switch is in the way. Pop that in there. That's the cover off. That in turn reveals two screws on the back. Which are rounded. So technically, yep, that will come off. Let me lower the hood. Now that reveals the body of it. These side pieces come off, which I will be cleaning. And that reveals the body now for polishing. So, here we have the inside of it. The tech drive, the on and off switch. Everything on there is working fine. When you turn the pulley at the front, these cogs go around, which is what helps you with the tech drive. It's engaged. Next is this light mechanism. There's two screws here. That releases the lens. Inside here reveals the bulb. What I need to do is to take this completely off. So there's another screw under here. To push that up. Okay. Let me undo these two screws which hold the light fixture on. Okay, yep, because there's another two screws here. That in there. Okay, so which removes that bracket, which fixes on. And now this, with a bit of lac, comes out. So there we go. So that's ready for polishing. There's this, which pops out very gingerly with the bulb, so I can clean that part of it as well, because that's pretty stinky. This has got the little rubber clips on it. There we go, they come off. That's the light feature. Clean all that. Here's the light on its own. So the question is, how far do I want to strip this down for cleaning? I don't know. How far do I want to strip this down? Do I want to remove every single thing? It's pretty manky. I can see on the inside it's pretty manky. I could strip it down completely. The video is there on how to put it all back together. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I would like to strip it all apart. This is the on and off. I don't know, let me think about it. Sod it, let's strip it. If we're going to clean it, let's clean it properly, I think, personally. Right, okay, so I've taken the fan casing off. The fan is in good condition, nothing wrong with the fan. Now there's a seal on here, which is fine, that's the gunk. Okay. Let's take off the handle mechanism. Okay, that's the handle mechanism. Now I'm going to take the belt off the... It's in drive, so I'm going to take the belt off the... off the tech drive. God, if I can. Come on, you little bugger. Drop the tech drive mechanism. Actually, first of all, I need to take this on off, switch it off. There we go. Flip it back over. Take out these screws. It's got a little washer on it. Now, the tech drive should just fall out. Yeah, there we go, with a bit of feckle, like they said. Yeah, that is a bit of a feckle. Right, okay, so that's the tech drive out of it. And the belt. Next I have to take off the fan. So... do what they said about popping in a screwdriver down there gently. Let's try this one. To move the fan with a little round washer. Okay, that's the fan off. Oh my god, I'm getting a bit nervous, to be honest, because this is like really taking it apart. There's 2 screws here. Holding this on. There's also 2 screws down here holding this on with washers. Way down in the inside. And put them in there. That's the light. Here is the fan that's held in with a little screw. That just slides out. Let's see if I take this out. There's 2 screws underneath here. There we go. There's the fan. Oh my god, here we go. Whew. I've taken it apart. It is completely apart. Oh my god. You know, when you get to that point when you think, what have I done? What have I done? So I have completely, successfully taken this bloody thing apart from watching the videos on YouTube. So that's quite good. But normally taking things apart are very, a lot easier than putting them back together. So anyway, I'm not going to dwell on it. There's a date wheel on here, which is 1992. On the front, which is on here. No, there's no. See, they used to have the numbers etched on there on the other one. I don't know. I think it's etched on this side. I'll have a look when I. Oh, here we go. So it's stamped on the side. 692. So that's July 1992. Yeah, 1992. So this is a 1992 vacuum cleaner. That was my first year in college, was 1990. No, I finished school in 1991. In July or June. And I started college in 91. So, yeah, 1992. So I was in my second year or first year of college, depending when. Oh, there's a month. Hang on. July, January, February, March, April, May, June. So yeah, I was June 92. I was finishing off my first year in college. There we go. That's bloody sad. Makes me feel ancient. Anyway, I shall give this a good cleaning as well. Pop that in my bucket of bits. So this is the motor with its bits and bobs. I feel like I should take this off, so I will. Pop that in there. Oh my god, this is so scary. It's just in pieces. What am I gonna do? Right, okay, so anyway, so that's enough of that. Now, the only problem I have is when I pulled out this bloody tech drive, this bloody thing popped off, which was the back part of it. So it looks fine. I'm not going to be doing anything with this. I'm just going to vacuum out and just clean it up and spray some stuff on it. But my issue with this, where the bloody hell do these two pieces go back? Anyway, I'll have to watch some videos on how to put this back together. Because I screwed up on this. I did. Right. I'm going to take these wheel covers off. And I'm going to give them a clean as well. So I'm going to do that. Clean everything up. Polish up all the metal. And once I've polished the metal, we'll see what it looks like. So the main parts of the vacuum now are all clean and tidy. Especially the interior of the body. That's all nice and clean now. Looks much better. Now it's been cleaned up. The motor, the tech drive, the fan, and then all of these other parts then I'm going to polish now. So I'm going to get cracking with the polishing and come back to you to assemble it. Okay, so I've done all the polishing. Oop, hello. Of all the parts. They all that. Nice and shiny. The next step now is to put it together. I did put the handle together. That looks fantastic. It was really rather grimy, but now it looks like brand new. Very, very, very pleased with that. Okay, so the next job, like I said, is to put this beast back together, which I will do in parts, and otherwise it'll be a bit boring if you watching me do it bit by bit, so I will do it in parts. Okay, I've put the brush roll and the bumper back on that, so that part is now done. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is put in a little bit of sealant around the outside of this. So this is the first thing I want to do, to set it to one side so that I can leave it sort of like go a bit tacky for a bit, and then put that, when I attach it then it'll be fine. So that's my first job. So there we go, approximately 1 hour later. It is now completely put back together. I have already tested it because I did not want to record myself electrocuting myself. So I've already tested it and it is fantastic. Everything works perfect on it. I will just switch it on. And not only does it sound really good, it also looks really good as well. Really pleased with that. There's a bit of grease that I got on my fingers. But yeah, so that was my first time I'd actually stripped one apart completely, and it took me an hour to put it back together. The only difficult part I had was with the headlight, as in the mechanism on the inside. That is a bit of a bloody faff to put all back together, but I did it anyway and it works, it's all fine. So next thing I'm going to do now is just give it a little test. Okay, so I'll just put down some sawdust, just so we can do a quick sawdust test on it. The tech drive is just really, that's the best tech drive. They definitely benefit from being having a service, because the tech drive just guides itself more than any of the others. That is fantastic. That is much better. That's a much better improvement on it. I just had to stop the video then. That is fantastic. That is definitely a huge improvement after that little service I gave it to strip it and clean it. Oh, and the ice cream van's just arrived. So let's wait for the ice cream. Oh, there we go, it stopped. So there we go. That's my Kirby G3, my first ever complete teardown of the Kirby vacuums. It was a bit hairy at first when I first took it apart, but it all went back together fine, and it's definitely made an improvement on it. It looks a heck of a lot better from stripping it down and cleaning it, and it works like new. I'm really pleased with that. Fantastic. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please comment, like and share. Let me know what your thoughts are about it, and look forward to seeing you in the next one.